on a side as a Christian with, one who is close to my religion, right? And one who honors my prophet. At least one who honors my prophet. One who does not curse my prophet. One. Wait a minute. Just patience. I'm getting there. The Christian today says that they're closest to the Jewish instead of the Muslim. I'm saying that doesn't make any sense. The reason why it doesn't make any sense is because the Jewish script is what is used. The Torah is what is used for the crucifixion, the current day Torah, that is. What is used for the crucifixion of Jesus. That's a curse. When you're crucified, you're cursed on your way out. That's what that's for. He could have been killed any other way, right? Or they could have, had him killed any other way, so to speak. But crucifixion was to have that individual cursed on their way out. Then they abuse and curse his mother. They call her all sorts of names. Why do I align myself with those who did that? Why would I align myself when I don't even...
I'm going to tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because they don't believe it themselves. Okay? The so-called Christians in this country...
They don't believe Christianity itself.
They're not even Christians.
They're not even Christian.
Yeah, they don't believe in Jesus. Let me tell you another reason why. Proof of that?
What's that?
They have no respect for Jesus, all right? They hate Jesus, all right? The Christians in this country, the African American Christians, the white Christians, all of them, they hate Jesus. They don't love Jesus at all.
Well, let me explain.
Let me finish talking. They don't love Jesus at all. None of them. I say none of them. Because when you bring up something, or you're talking to them, and I talk to them a lot of them, when you talk to them about Jesus, and when you quote something about Jesus, right? Jesus said, the Father is greater than I. You know what I mean? I have no power except what the Father gives me. Whatever you quote, right? Whatever you say to them that Jesus said to them, they don't even bat a damn eyelid.
All right, let me explain something.
Let me finish
No, it's okay. Let me explain.
They don't bat an eyelid. They go right to another verse somewhere else. Well, let me show you in Isaiah where it says, no.
This is a Da'wah podcast. Let me explain.
Answer the question. They do not love Jesus at all. So much so, brother. So much so. They don't even name you. Do you know one Christian in America that named their kid Jesus?
All right.
Do you know anybody?
Well, I did meet a Mexican. Mexicans do it often.
I said American.
Well, they're American Mexican. But let me. But let me explain. Let me explain a few things.
Muslims name their children Easter, but
right.
You have a white American.
Let me explain.
Their children Jesus.
Let me explain
they
something.
Don't love Jesus at all.
Right,
That's
but
the reason why they side with the Jews.
All right. Let me say something. I'm gonna say two things, but I need you to allow me to say what I'm gonna say. It's really important. The way that Christians are worshiping who they think is Jesus, because that's not even his name. You're discriminating against a person. You're calling him something he never called himself, A. B, you're saying that you're following his way in worshiping God when he never worshiped that way. So you discriminated against him, and now you are asserting to him what he did not assert to himself.
Exactly right.
It's that simple, right?
That's what I just
Now let me explain something though, right? The reason behind that is because of the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself has decreed they will be misguided. Al-Adbalin. because of them asserting to Isa what Isa alayhi salatu wasalam did not assert to himself. We have a problem. A lot of Christians, or people who think that they're Christians, they say, I believe in him, I believe in him, I love him, I love him. You can never tell me nothing different.
Right.
Although they don't know him. They don't even know his real name. The Bible that you're reading is not even the revelation. It's not even the script. No revelation from God. No, wait a minute. No revelation from God was revealed in English. So if you're reading English, you're reading a book, and that's what Bible means, book, good luck. But it's not what God revealed.
Right.
The problem is that they who decide to point this out, you're worshiping one who you do not know. This is exact message that needs to be pointed out to everyone who says Shahadatu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. People are worshiping Allah, but they do not know him. This is a problem. I'm telling you right now. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaqa al-insana min alaq, Iqra wa rabbuka al-akram alladhi allama bil qalam. You're supposed to know of your Lord. But when you have the decree of Allah, which is the Quran, you have yet to even contemplate on the very first ayah enough to know how to apply it. Oh, my friends, we are way behind. So when we get our stuff together, we will be on the right track. But to say that America only has 1% of Muslims is a very, very startling. To say that only 1% of America has Islam, only 1% has peace.
I don't agree with that number.
Well, that's what the stats. The stats say that, so they may be wrong. It may. Okay, what is the percentage that you? And by the way, that went from 1. It went from 2.5 because we've been following it on the line. It went from 2.5 back in 9/11 to 1%. But that's what. Hey.
That's a lie.
Look, well, they're telling a
lie.
Well, and here's the problem. Let me tell you what the problem is. Let me be honest and tell you what the problem is.
That's a lie. All these marches exploding all over.
Yeah.
That's a bald-faced
But
lie.
let me tell you something, right? Politically,
for 1 second.
Politically, okay? Besides election time, when do we see Muslim politicians just standing up as a bloc and saying, we want Islam everywhere?
Nowhere. No
Exactly.
time.
Well, that's the problem right there. See? Islam has been in America for over 100 years. And until now, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, okay? Brother, as long as America has a system based on a slave master constitution, and there are no Muslim politicians opposing it, instead they're aiding and abetting and supporting it, brother, we do not have no Islam around here. There's no peace without justice. That's what it is. It's an injustice system, and we're living under its occupation. So we just have to wake up and.
I agree with all that. I agree with
Yeah,
all that.
that's what we're saying.
But Allah still people become Muslims.
Yeah.
When I say Muslim, I'm saying this. I'm not talking about believers. Allah SWT says just because you faith,
you submit, that doesn't mean that you're right.
So all I'm talking about is Muslim, Shahada. People are becoming Muslim. Now, are they practicing? Or do they really do? Allah knows better. I don't know. But you got a lot of people, 10 times more people.
What is
9/11 that became Muslim?
Let me ask you something. What is the definition of a non-practicing Muslim? Because this term.
When you talking about a fasting?
You said fasiq?
Yeah.
Why are they a fasiq, or where do you base the fact that they are fasiq?
What we say? What do I base it on?
Yeah, I mean, if they know Islam, they confess their shahada, but they're not practicing. Why do you say that they are fasiq?
Well, a fasiq is a person that's not practicing. It's a sinful Muslim. He smoke, he drink, he do stuff. Makes a lot all the time.
Yeah, fasiq.
I believe in Allah. Yeah, I'm a Muslim. Yeah, I'm a Muslim.
All right. So fasiq means one who rebelled.
Right.
Okay. So.
But so is he Muslim in name only?
Well, I'm trying to get the right terminology in order. One who actually says that they are a Muslim, but they're not acting upon the oath of allegiance to Allah is a munafiq. They're a hypocrite. Allah Ta'ala says, وَلَمْ تُؤْمِنْ قُلُوبُهُمْ.
What's the difference between a munafiq and a fasting?
A munafiq is the worst. A munafiq and a kafir are really one. أَلَا إِنَّ الْمُنَافِقِينَ هُمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ. So they are actually fasiq because of the fact that they actually work in creating mischief. So they rebelled. The munafiq back in the days of the Prophet, they used to plot, alayhi salatu wassalam, they used to plot against him. Right? Now that's a munafiq. But for a fasiq, he is one that's rebelling, though he actually may be rebelling against that in which is wrong. He's still a fasiq.
What would you call TMOA then? A munafiq or fasiq?
No, TMOA at this time they are mushrik. And under the circumstances of worshipping other than Allah, they are mushrik. They committed shirk. But a fasiq, in other words, a fasiq is not necessarily a munafiq, but a munafiq is definitely a fasiq. A munafiq is definitely a fasiq. TMOA are mushrik. They associated with Allah. They associated attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to other than Allah. That's a mushrik. So you also have zalim. They could also be zalim. They also zalimeen for infringing on the rights of others. They're criminals for that. As far as the hypocrisy is definitely going to be within those as well. When someone commits, the act of shirk, which is,
So they all three.
I mean, look. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives everything save associating with him.
Right.
Do you really believe that there is any type of explanation that can say otherwise? There's no undermining statement to that. The point of the matter is you committed the greatest crime in Islam by associating with Allah and following the works of shaitan. You talk about people, and then when we say something about it, you say, oh, but they talked about our sheikh, so your sheikh is worthy of you backbiting. Exactly. You want to separate families, or this father and this mother should not be together. Why? Because the father that don't like the sheikh. All right, well, there you go. So now you're separating families for the reward of the sheikh. When you're disrespectful towards your mother, your father, or to your children,
even though he passed away.
Well, that's neither here nor there. I mean, it's even worse because of that, because now you're believing in the unseen. You believe that he is capable of doing things from the unseen perspective, which is definitely you're associating with Allah. Allah is unseen. So, understanding that as long as you remain in this type of mentality, you are doing and acting upon the works of shirk. These are deeds that will definitely be in association to Allah. And anything that you do, he does not accept it. You could be praying, fasting, everything, but you've been busy infringing on others' rights, not returning salams, which is only you doing it for Murshid, Shah, Kamil, Kaj, Pir. I'm just saying, baloney, Jilani's, whatever, okay? And I mean, seriously, I mean, and the problem is that I'm not even trying to badmouth him in any way. But what I'm trying to make you understand is really, literally, how big of a joke it is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a very big joke. It's a very big game to him. He calls you all losers for associating with him.
Yeah, I know.
And who are you? And again, you associated with him. You associated with him, and you attributed out of his little tricks. I heard there was a trick where, you know, he was making dhikr and he disappeared in his robe. Everybody was looking, and these were all tricks. His face appeared on somebody's wall. It was a trick. He did not give you life. He does not sustain you. He does not enable you to sleep. He does not keep you secure when you sleep. He does not wake you up in the morning.
He does keep his stuff alive.
Exactly.
He's trying his best.